Hi, my good people. I am wishing you the best on this day, and I really do hope that you get what you deserve and what you're working for, and that you're just happy. So, I know I love talking about money saving tips, but I also love talking about motivation, and I want to give you the encouragement that I think that sometimes we may be lacking, or perhaps we just forgot some of the lessons that we've learned along the way. I know I certainly have been guilty of that. And so today I want to talk to you about it's okay to feel your feelings. Um, this is something that I have to remind myself of sometimes because I suffer from just striving to be perfect all the time or to do my absolute best. And if it's not 100% perfection, then I can be really hard on myself. Anyone who knows me knows that I am really hard on myself. And I had one of those moments just a few days ago. In fact, I was being really hard on myself and I was taking things a little personal. And I know that I've written about the 4 agreements, and one of the 4 agreements is that I will not take anything personally. And out of all the 4 agreements, that has to be one of the hardest for me because when things start to show themselves as a pattern, then you start thinking, okay, is it me? I'm the first person to say, well, what am I not doing right? And what do I need to correct? Now, that is great as far as achieving goals and doing great in life and just holding yourself accountable. But sometimes you can go too far. And sometimes you can, almost treat yourself like you're a robot. At least that's what I was doing. I was upset that I was upset. And I wanted to be strong, but sometimes that gets hard to always try to be strong and put on this face. I am not a robot. And one of my coworkers slash friends sent me a text and said, it's okay to feel your feelings. And I want to read to you what he wrote, and I'm not going to call him out because I didn't ask him permission to do that, but it was so poignant to me that I feel like it's worth sharing. He says, it's okay to feel your feelings. It's important to allow yourself anger, and I see you. I just hate that it's causing you to question yourself. I would not be a good partner to you if I did not push you to try to stay solid in your truth and your knowing. He goes on to say, feel your feelings. Let them spread you to sorrows for a little while, but then come back home to what you know is true. Live there. And he even acknowledged this is easier said than done. But isn't it so true? It's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to take a moment and say, I am not a robot. And that sometimes things hurt my feelings and sometimes things bother me, and that's okay. But I think if I was just being honest with you guys, and I always want to be honest with you, I think sometimes the pressure that I feel as a Black woman and the fear that I feel of how me expressing myself could be taken the wrong way and weaponized against me, a lot of times that causes me to really not feel my feelings, or at least not to ever show them, and to bury them deep, 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 deep down inside to where all of a sudden it just explodes. And it doesn't explode in like some violent way, so please save me on that. But what it does is, you feel brought to tears, or you just feel overwhelmed because it's like, it's okay for me to feel my feelings. But I feel like, I hope you guys can still see me because my battery's getting low. But I feel like sometimes, and those are lessons that I have been taught to be stronger, or I am not allowed to express myself fully. And, there's one time in particular where I was trying to express myself and that was not well received. There's been several times. And so I've been trying to strive to be perfect in my reactions to things, or how I, express myself. And I censor myself a lot, and sometimes I end up, that's just too much. That's a pressure cooker. And so sometimes, I don't do it always perfectly because I am not perfect. No one is. And so it felt freeing in that moment for someone to give me permission to feel my feelings. And that should be a no-brainer, because I know that a lot of the people that are around me, they have that no matter what. But I have not always felt that I've had that. So when someone gave me permission to feel my feelings, I was like, yeah, my feelings can be hurt too. I can be frustrated. I can be sad, and so can you. And so feel your feelings. That doesn't mean that you go off the handle, that you go off on people, or that you do this and that and the third. But what it does mean is that you give yourself some grace. You allow yourself to feel what you are feeling in that moment. And just as he said, feel your feelings, let them spread out to the sorrows for a little while, but then come back home to what you know to be true. And what I know is that I am capable, that I am kind, and that I am professional, and that I love what I do for a living with everything that comes with it. And I am a journalist, I am a good writer, I am a good person, I am a good friend. And so you come back home. You come back home to what you know to be true, and you put all that noise to the side. So this is a little longer than I normally like to talk to you guys, but it was such a great moment. And it was so poignant, and it was so freeing in that moment that I wanted to share that with you guys. Because I know a lot of times I'm cheerful, happy, happy, but there are things that sometimes I get sad about, that I get down, and there are things that are hard to just deal with, especially in the environment that I am in the profession that I am. A lot of challenges come with that. And it's okay. That doesn't mean that you can't handle it. That just means that some days are not good days. Some days you have bad days, and it's okay to feel your feelings. So I hope you hear me. I hope you give yourself some grace and allow yourself that freedom. So, all right. I hope it helped. Have a good one. Bye.